So what's a girl to do when the rent is rising, the tuition is taxing, and her favorite bar stops giving buybacks? Well, it looks like they're going online in search of sugar daddies. So this is Anna David. She's a sex expert and a relationship expert. Hi, Anna.
Hi there.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Good to have you here. This is an interesting topic today. You write for Details, Maxim, and Times, Vanity Fair. You've reported on. You did some in-depth research on this subject.
Well, I did an investigative piece where I spent 6 months sort of infiltrating this whole world of high-class prostitution in Hollywood, and ooh, it was interesting.
I can only
And then I fictionalized it, and I made it into this novel that's coming out in May.
Bought is the name of the novel.
May 19th.
But there's nothing phony about what you discovered in your research. Are you seeing an uptick in this kind of activity? Girls going online and looking for a sugar daddy to...
Yeah, well, I mean, what I did research on was this special breed. These girls that are making up to 50 to 100 grand a night.
Hello.
Hello. And these are girls who are sort of quote unquote famous. They're porn stars or they're penthouse pets. And men with just money to burn are just sort of paying to have the experience with them. And some of these girls would say the guys would get so nervous they couldn't perform. So they wouldn't have to do anything.
And still get paid?
Yeah. But these days, you know, there was this big article in the Times on seekingarrangement.com, which sort of hooks up, you know, nubile young ladies who might, you know, need money for tuition with sort of some men who've got some cash.
Now, what is it's really blurring the line here between, you know, companionship and cash and prostitution, do you think?
Well, I think so. That's what my book is about, is about how basically we all sit here and we judge these women and we say, like, I can't believe they do this, and I lived in LA for 10 years. How different really is it from like the trophy wives that you see on the arms of every producer? I mean, it's sort of an exaggerated version of dating, sadly. Not to all of us, but to a large segment of the population. I think that, you know, a lot of women go out there and, you know, it's not necessarily their fault. I think it's a sort of societal thing. You know, we've long been taught, you know, men make more money. And a lot of women look at it and they sort of go, well, I can't compete in that world, or I'm too lazy to compete in that world, and I want a meal ticket.
But you're finding a lot of these young women are college students and really, quote unquote, kind of legitimate, looking for some help.
I thought the article on Seeking Arrangement was really interesting because according to that article, they're all earnest, lovely college students who just want to make, you know, their way. And, you know, the men are these nice guys who, you know, they want
to help them out.
Yeah, and you and I live in the real world. We know that, don't we? We know that, like, that's not everybody who's on the site. I'm sure a lot, you know, and a lot of the people interviewed sort of said, well, if I wasn't attracted to him, I wouldn't do this. I mean, this is more than just a paid thing. And the loophole in the law is if they're, you know, paid for companionship, they're, you know, legally allowed to get away with it. So, yeah, it's a it's a line that's ever blurring.
Ever blurring.
Yep.
But apparently if there's a little loophole and you can slip through it, it is legal, huh?
Yeah.
There was one young woman in the New York Times article, I think, who wrote that the gentleman who paid her an allowance of $500 a month, that helped her with her tuition. She never even met him, though. It was just, she had to send copies of her grades and make sure
Doesn't it all sound so easy and
really
sweet?
Does.
I think that that's not the norm. I mean, I just don't believe that lots of men are going on that site and going like, I just really want to help a young girl out. You know, no. Not in this economy.
Not in this economy, which is why I'm wondering if everybody's losing their money, how these men are affording it. Why? I mean, I know a lot of us are looking for escapism, you know, in this recession, depression, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
But I mean, I would think that even men with money are trying to hold on to it.
You'd think, but I think you're right. I think that, you know, in times of recession, people want an escape, and we don't always tend to escape to the most positive things. You know, there's like, you know, increase in drinking and drugging and gambling. I'm sure. I mean, I don't have any statistics on these things, but, you know, if we want to get away from the news and get away from our lives, we don't always, you know, human beings don't always tend to pick the healthiest ways. So, and some people are not affected. Some people, or they are affected, but it's not going to get in the way of their, you know, fun time expenses.
Wow. Sugar daddies, sugar mamas, the whole works. The book is called Bought. Anna, it's good to have you here. Anna David. The novel comes out in June.
No, May 19th.
May 19th. Oh, it says here June.
Pre-order. Well,
pre-order. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start reading now. I've got to do some research. Thank you, Anna. Good to see you, hon. And when we come back, green is good. And so are cute shoes, bags, and jewelry. Jeff's going to show it all off to us when we come back.